Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan, how the heck you doing? Here to discuss NBA playoffs with you as this season, 2022 NBA season, or 2021-2022 NBA season. Playoffs just getting underway this weekend. Want to focus on the Miami Heat's Game 1 victory over the Atlanta Hawks, 115-91. And I'll touch a little bit on some of the other matchups as well, with still many of those Game 1 matchups still to be played on Sunday. If you do like the content, this particular video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. That would be 100% completely awesome. And let me get started. So, the Miami Heat definitely get their postseason off to a very strong start. 24-point victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Now, there's a few things. Before I get a little bit into the breakdown of this pretty, what appears to be, easy victory for the Heat, I want to stress the fact that the Hawks were without Clint Capela, which isn't just, we can't just look at that as oh yeah, the Hawks were without one of their starters. No, this is like one of the top rebounders in the entire league. And if there's anyone really who could change the complexity of a game, besides Traue Young, for the Atlanta Hawks, it is Clint Capela, because what's one thing that scares me a little bit with the Heat is when we go up against these like rugged rebounding teams, Clint Capela certainly qualifies as that. I mean, without question. He counts for like two guys. So the Heat do catch a break, and then they also caught a break with the fact that the Hawks just won that play-in game on Friday night in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. Traue Young with an amazing performance in that one. And that was a come-from-behind victory. I think he fell just short of 40 points. Did Traue Young? He had like 38 or something like that. He may have hit 40. It was late, and I know he had 38 points. That I could tell you. So you combine all this together, and the Miami Heat, in a way, they deserve it. You know, you get the 1 seed. That's one of the benefits of getting the 1 seed. So they would win going away. Duncan Robinson, the huge story in this one, was on fire from three-point range. Off the bench, has a game-high 27 points, 8 of 9 from 3. One thing I really liked about the Heat is that a handful of their players would share the basketball in the form of very nice passing, assists. I mean, Butler had 4 assists. Bam had 5 assists. Lowry, the point guard, 9 assists. Gabe Vincent off the bench, 7 assists. Even Dedmon off the bench, a big guy off the bench, had 3 assists. So, I mean, it was a nice win for the Heat, a very nice way to get this postseason started. Jimmy Butler was playing above the rim. I like that, the headband that he had there. And I don't know, I think he meant business, I could tell. You know, he was, instead of maybe going in for a layup, he was getting over the rim and he was dunking the ball with authority. So almost sending a message that the playoffs are here, the postseason is here. Speaking of Butler, he did play a typical Jimmy Butler game, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. PJ Tucker, who missed the last few games of the regular season, it came back nice, came back strong, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Bam was quiet, but they really didn't need a big game from Bam in this one. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, steal and a block. Kyle Lowry, 10 points, and the 9 assists as mentioned. He added 2 steals. Max Strus gets to start, 9 points, 2 steals, and a block. Duncan Robinson already discussed. Gabe Vincent added a block to his 7 assists and 8 points. Tyler Hero was quiet. So if I were to tell you at the beginning of this game that Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo would only score 6 points each, you'd probably tell me the Heat would lose by about 20 points. Not the case. Hero finishes 6 points. He did have a nice, well-rounded game with 2 steals, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Dwayne Dedmon, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. And that's most of it, guys. Omar Yurtseven, 5 points and a rebound. Caleb Martin, 2 points, rebound and a steal. Haywood Highsmith had a rebound. So that covers the Heat. It was really a game. I mean, what do the Heat rely on? Really good, tough man-to-man defense. They certainly showed that today. The defense was there, and the perimeter shooting was there. So, I mean, Duncan going 8 of 9 from 3. Guys, I mean, you combine that with Capela not playing, I mean, yeah, that's going to spell, in most cases, that's going to spell victory. As mentioned, Traue Young, I mean, he just wasn't his normal self. Again, the Hawks are just glad to be here for this first game. You know, they had that tough play-in game in Cleveland. Let's see how they come out in Game 2, which, by the way, is Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern. Game 3, the series will shift back to Atlanta on Friday, which I believe is the 22nd. DeAndre Hunter played pretty good for the Hawks. He had 14 points and a steal. Danilo Gallinari, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Onyeka Okongwu, who I really like as a player, he's a good young interior force, really, on the boards. You combine him with Capela, that's a tough 1-2 punch under the boards. But Okongwu gets to start. Excuse me, guys. Some of that pollen outside, I think. I don't know. 3 points, 7 rebounds, and a block for Okongwu. Young would finish. He was only something like 1 of 12 from the field. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Kevin Huerter, 8 points, a steal, and a block. Bogdanovic for them. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's a really good role player. I don't know about role player. That would probably be the wrong description for Bogdan Bogdanovic. I would say he's a key player, a sixth man, if you will, for the Hawks. He is definitely a spark for them, one of their better players. 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. John Collins had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal. DeLon Wright, 5 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. You know, it looked pretty active for the Hawks in the second half. Timothé Luwawu-cabarrot, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Deng had 3 points. Kevin Knox, 10 points. And finally, Skylar Mays, 2 points and a steal for the Hawks, who will look to rebound again on Tuesday. So, what does all this mean? I mean, the Heat are looking good for the series. You got to like their chances in this series. Got to be on guard for a letdown, though, in Game 2, especially. Is Capela, is he okay to come back? I mean, we have to keep tabs on that because that's going to be key. He has caused Clint Capela a lot of problems for the Heat in the past. So if you're a Heat fan, you definitely want to take this nice victory in Game 1 with a little bit of caution. You know, Traue Young really wasn't himself, wasn't playing his normal game, really. His shot was not on. At all. I mean, you know, he just wasn't his regular self. But you know it's not going to stay like that all series, especially when they go back to Atlanta. Some of the other matchups, everyone's looking forward to the Nets-Celtics, which is just getting underway as I make this video. Game 1, that should be very interesting. Bulls-Bucks will actually be a little bit interesting, I think. I mean, why not? And maybe the best series of all of them in the East, Sixers-Toronto. Now, don't forget, the Heat will play the winner of the Philadelphia 76ers-Toronto Raptors best of 7 series. Out west, I was surprised to see the Minnesota Timberwolves with a Game 1 upset over the Memphis Grizzlies, but that'll be a long series. That could go 6 or 7. I like that. That matchup. If you're the Mavericks, you got to get Luka in there for Game 2. He looks like he's questionable. So these are just some other things against the Utah Jazz, who took a 1-0 lead over Dallas. And Golden State going away. The Golden State Warriors had a nice victory over the Denver Nuggets. So there you go, guys. There you go. And then it's Suns. They haven't played that game yet with the Phoenix Suns. The Suns, they had a tremendous They really did have a tremendous regular season, and they will go up against New Orleans Pelicans. So that should be very interesting also. So, guys, let me know what you think. Heat are off to a good start. Game 2 will be Tuesday night. Will be interesting. Look to see, I mean, if you're Atlanta, you really need to try to turn this into a battle of the boards, like an old school kind of series, which is guys muscling up down low. It's going to be virtually impossible for them to do that, though, without Clint Capela, who's all about that. I mean, he is a force on the boards, no question. So let me know what you think. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.